today.
Now, we've got to talk equations here.
One love.
Kirill Gerassimenko's got a good task on hand. Oh, he's got lots of fans, Wang Chuqin.
Love 2.
Now, Wang Chuqin drew with Wang Chuqin. 9-11, 7-11, 11-9, 11-8. It was 2-all between Wang Chuqin and Kirill Gerassimenko.
1-2.
7-11, Wang Chuqin. 11-9. 11-10. 10-12. Very, very tight. That could have gone either way.
2-all.
So what, in theory, could happen here is these two draw today, 2-all, it ends 2-all, but then we'll come down to number of points won. So I think that'll be very, very interesting to see. So that's what Gerassimenko will be hoping can happen, that he can get a couple games. He doesn't have to beat
Left.
Wang Chuqin. He has to draw with him at least. A win, of course, gives him the outright passage through. Whoever wins this match goes through.
2-3.
And I think Wang Chuqin will be having a bit of a backlash today after that loss. Oh, sorry, what might have felt like a loss when he drew with Wang Chuqin.
Now, it's a very interesting matchup that you just mentioned, but I do believe that Kirash also viewed this game with Wang Chuqin
with disappointment.
And I'm sure that Gerassimenko's coach would probably try and figure out what were the weak points that Wang Chuqin was displaying. I mean, every player goes through fatigue. Every player goes through his low moments. I don't think Wang Chuqin has too many of them, because even though he drew, just as you mentioned, Shez, he did not lose the match. So Gerassimenko still has a single point lead. Wang Chuqin to serve at 3-4. And it's even Stevens back again. Didn't take too long for that. Remember, he's got a massive crowd out here to see him today, Wang Chuqin.
Well, it's been tight so far.
I do like it that Kirill Gerassimenko is fighting back, trying to match whatever Wang Chuqin is doing. It's fairly close so far. I don't know whether Wang Chuqin's going to break away, Shez, but right now it is fairly close. And I think Gerassimenko's also putting on a performance. What did you say that difference was between them? 40 places in the ranking?
Yeah, it's not quite that extreme. World number 1, Gerassimenko. Yeah, it is 41, so there are 40 odd places, you're right.
Well, he's going toe-to-toe with him for the time being. That could change, but it's very, very close so far. And that's where Wang Chuqin really grinds. The ability to just finish it at will. There he's got the crowd behind him. He's got the young girls. He's got the younger fans as well, boys and girls, who've turned up to watch him. Like he's turning on his magic here.
2 points clear. Remember, Chinese are so good at finishing games.
They do excel with that, isn't it? And let's not forget that 80% of the fans here, or probably 90% of them currently, are here to see him. None of the players had their names ringing out through the arena like he is currently.
He just tried to counter there, Kirill Gerassimenko. He was working hard here from the back, really far back.
Don't think Wang Chuqin's going to take a chance there.
So,
he's not going to be taking a chance here. He knows he's got to win it and just get ahead. There's too much. I mean, drawing games is fine. Losing a match and missing out on the contest, oh, that's another story.
yeah, it's a no-no, big no-no.
7-10.
Good work being done here by Kirill Gerassimenko. All the same, he is fighting tough.
Net. 7-10.
Wang Chuqin is certainly now looking at into
11-7.
sight.
Game to 1.
I'm on that just a while, but Wang Chuqin has wrapped up the first game. Gerassimenko had his moments, didn't he?
I think the intent's very clear from Wang Chuqin. Finish it as soon as you can.
So first game then, Wang Chuqin 11-7 against Kirill Gerassimenko. Well, the two times they've met back in 2019 at the Hong Kong Open, Wang Chuqin won 4-0, 11-5, 11-7, 11-4, 11-3.
Second game.
And then at the Asian Cup in 2022, Wang Chuqin won 4-1, 11-8, 11-6, 11-5, 5-11, 11-2. So at least Gerassimenko knows he has been able to take a game off Wang Chuqin previously. And he needs to do that twice today.
These are very crucial games for us. We do know that, and we were waiting, eagerly awaiting this matchup between Wang Chuqin and, Gerassimenko. But having said that, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that this one's not going to be an upset. Because if it's going to be an upset, I think probably you'll see Wang Chuqin crying for the first time in the arena.
I think An Jae-hyun might be looking back at this and thinking what a missed opportunity, because it was 12-10 in the last game, and had he won that, he would have a win and a draw under his belt, and it would then be on Wang Chuqin to go out here and have to beat Gerassimenko very convincingly. He could do on his day, of course, Wang Chuqin, but that would just throw all the pressure on Wang Chuqin, and An Jae-hyun could sit back, but he didn't win that game.
That was a bit of an odd end to it, wasn't it?
2-1.
He was just going so strong, and then it's like he just changed lanes.
Yeah, it's odd because it's frustrating for him, because you've just drawn with the best player in the world. So you'd think, I can take on anyone. I should be beating Gerassimenko. But he didn't.
2-all.
Gerassimenko not looking as confident as he did against Andre Yun, but let's not forget, he peaked later on.
Yeah.
And Andre Yun himself is a bit of a slow starter. Takes his time to warm up. Having said that, he's a absolutely fabulous talent to watch in action.
2-3.
So in the early stages, we're seeing Gerassimenko, as he did in the first game, do fairly well. As we said, it is how Wang Chuqin finishes that's most important.
3-all. Left.
Gerassimenko will be very happy if he can probably pull a game of Wang Chuqin.
No. Stop.
What are the chances that he's probably even aiming for a draw?
Oh, he's done well to get that back. Ooh, not that far away. Gerassimenko. Listen, when you're playing the world number one, someone who's never beaten before, aiming for a draw isn't so bad. It's when you are in a winning position and then you look to aim for a draw, that is risky. I think when you're in a losing position, you think, well, let me at least try and get a draw out of this. Then that's not as bad as...
We'll settle that. That's what Andre Hyun did yesterday.
Yeah.
He was in a winning position.
Correct, he was. You're right.
And then landed up with the draw.
He's up by one here, Gerassimenko.
4-all.
Yeah, he's annoyed at himself.
Well, you can't afford to make mistakes like that when you're playing against a player of that caliber. I think you just got to get the basics right, and I think that's a bit of a worry here for Gerassimenko. Having said that, it's still 4-all.
4-5.
And still trying to keep it together. Wang Chuqin just stepping it back up. I think, Shazad, one of the joys of being in, why it's so important, this tournament has been so important to certain players. Been watching what Omar Assar, the kind of energy, the passion he's brought into this tournament.
What that meant to him.
I think it's very simple. We were just talking about how the World Cup was, missing for a while, and then for it to come back, to make a comeback to Macau, it means that much more to the players. So this is a very, very special occasion, and we're all proud to be a part of it. But absolutely special occasion, and
yeah, it's you're right. To have the World Cup return after 3 years out, it's huge for these players. It's another event, it's another chance to win money, points. Sorry, not the points this time, but $1 million prize pool. I think.
That's massive, isn't it?
It's huge.
And this is why we're looking at players who are lower down the ranking coming out with stellar performances. We're just very happy to be here. It's been pleasant days here in Macau. Our temperature's always been good for Shazad and me because we're always inside. But outside, it's not too bad. It's about 27 to 30 degrees Celsius on a daily basis. So
2-point lead here, Wang Chuqin.
Seven, 6.
But this is the interesting bit, right? Wang Chuqin is normally very strong on his serve, but if you just look at that, I'm trying to figure out and trying to get it right whether it's from himself or because it's nothing that Kirill Gerassimenko is doing, but Wang Chuqin's serve today has not been at its premium best.
6, 8.
Struggled a tad bit. Oh, just shut me up there. Still with that 2-point lead. I think he'll look to close this out.
7, 8.
I think to Gerassimenko's credit, he's not getting blown away.
No, he's not.
Wang Chuqin.
He's making the world number one work hard It's, you know, it's nothing's being handed to him on a platter. And I think that's very impressive from Kirill Gerassimenko.
8-all.
Well, this has been excellent from Gerassimenko. Who actually has a better record against left-handers than he does against right-handers. And Gerassimenko's played 25 Chinese players before this, and he's won 5 of those matches with about 20% win rate, which isn't actually that bad. He's pushing Wang Chuqin here.
To be fair to him, he's a Kazakh spinner. He's done very well today.
10-9.
Oh, that's really nice on the serve from Gerassimenko. He's given himself a game point there. Well. Can he convert? This would be something.
He just shook his head. It almost felt like, I can't believe it.
Oh, it's a large slice of luck there from Wang Chuqin. Oh, that has got to be frustrating for Gerassimenko. He was so close there to wrapping this up. And when you're at the top of the world, these things tend to go your way.
10-11.
And that's now game points for Wang Chuqin. And he knows it.
Oh, that fan following is just amazing, isn't it? I think, Shez, that's good enough to keep you going as well. And I think Wang Chuqin kind of needs it at this point of time.
Brilliant shot. He loves it as well. Wang Chuqin with a pumped fist. But he was pushed all the way here in the second game by his opponent.
But what a perfect finish. Look at that. You know, returning back everything, but that one, definitely no reply to that. And he knows it. He knows it's a great shot. He knows it's a fine finish. And he's done it Wang Chuqin style.
12-10 in game 2. Wang Chuqin, he's up 2 games here against Kirill Gerassimenko.
Prayers. First game, Kazakhstan to serve, Lafort.
So now Gerassimenko has to win these 2, Glenn, or it's over for him.
Let.
Is he capable of it? I think maybe, although he started off on the back foot.
Yeah, he's got to win them pretty comfortably.
But is it possible? I think that's
1-love.
That's a toss. Because we've seen what Wang Chuqin can do when he knows he's got to finish it. We've had these long conversations about how the Chinese can finish. They finish best. So, Wang
1-all.
Chuqin is a man on a mission. He wants to win it.
Well, he came in with a 7-point advantage into this match. Wang Chuqin, 7 points in his favor. And it's now a 13-point advantage. So if he's going to win the next two, he has to win by a margin of 13 or more over the next few games. So, in other words, 11-6, 11-7. Sorry, 11. Well, you can win 11-6 in one game, but then you'd have to win by a lot more in the next one. Let's just put it as two matches, 2 games now where you have to win by a pretty comfortable margin of at least 6 or 7 per game. So you want to win about 11-5, 11-4 to stay in this.
Personally, I don't see that happening unless something drastically had to go wrong, but it's not going to happen because even the last 2 games, it's been neck and neck.
Yeah, that's to Gerassimenko's credit.
Absolutely. So he's been very impressive. But Wang Chuqin is slowly starting to lay it on thick.
Timeout.
Gerassimenko is going to take a timeout here in this crucial game.
Hi.
So just past that timeout, Wang Chuqin and Kirill Gerassimenko will resume their battle. Remember, this is game number 3. Wang Chuqin lead. Timeout or no timeout, it's not going to make a difference. It's a quick flick back, and it's now 5-1. This is what makes him such an intelligent player to watch. He thinks his game through, thinks so fair he's going to put that ball, what he's going to come up with.
6-1.
And the spells have been very strong, so 6-1.
Yeah, and this has been the most one-sided of the game so far, and it's coming at the worst time for Gerassimenko.
2-6.
This is where he's hoping to, of course, win this game, Gerassimenko.
Net. 2-7.
Gerassimenko serving on 2.
Yeah, it's cruising at this point. There's a little shake of the head there from Gerassimenko. He knows he's really in a bit of trouble here now.
Well, there are days when I think every player does know. How do I counter that? Then you're just stuck.
5-2.
But this has been ruthless.
Yeah. This is more, I think, what people thought would have happened.
And the beauty of it all is Wang Chuqin Just doing it so smoothly.
8 game points for Wang Chuqin. 8 match points effectively now.
Well, his variation, his shot selection actually put Gerassimenko on the back foot, and there he is, another win for him. 3 straight games or so.
Yeah, he's won that at a canter, hasn't he, Gerassimenko? Very nicely done. Wang Chuqin against Gerassimenko. And not looking good right now for Gerassimenko. 11-2 to Wang Chuqin in game 3.
Fourth game, Wang to serve, love 4.
So on to that last game.
Love 1.
Yeah, it's already been pretty much secured by Wang Chuqin.
And this is what I love about Kirill Gerassimenko. He's not dropping the intensity, he's just playing.
1-0.
And that's just respect for your opponent, and I think Gerassimenko just giving that, it's really what, good sportsmen do.
1-2.
At the same time, Wang Chuqin just playing with full intensity.
Well, Chuqin will just want to finish this as fast as possible and move on.
But this kind of approach to the game, Shahzad, is really what is needed. It's not that you qualified for the next round, but it's you haven't finished the stipulated amount of games, and you want to do that. And I think that's when you consider that the job's done. That's really the right approach. Wang Chuqin getting a few messages from the crowd. Just had a half smile.
His fan club.
1-5.
That wasn't far away.
Gerassimenko cannot believe it. But he's just trying to say what happened to those first 2 games.
Yeah,
how things have changed.
He was matching Wang Chuqin, wasn't it? We did say
1-6.
Wang Chuqin, after the disappointment of that first match, now sending out a wee message, as it were.
Just look at that previous point. I wish you'd have just had a replay of that. Just an amazing finish.
6-2.
That's an athlete.
Six three. Three seven.
Yeah, nothing's going right at the moment for Gerassimenko, unfortunately.
Well, he's raised his eyebrows 22 times during the course of this game. That's every time he's had, well, Well, nothing to come back with. He's been surprised with something.
4-7.
Big shake of the head. Nothing seems to be working for him right now.
But started off so well.
That's a nice shot. Those have come few and far between for Kirill Gerassimenko.
Five, 9.
Almost done here, Kirill Gerassimenko.
But I think the crowd still
5,
want
10.
Wang Chuqin to play on.
Yeah, they can't get enough of their stars, that's for sure. And we've got 5 game points here for Wang Chuqin.
11-5.
Oh, that was nice. Almost. Oh, sorry about all that. Sorry I had to be so ruthless.